everybody. Thanks for joining us today on Growing Up with Chinese. 欢迎大家收看今天的成长汉语。Have any of you ever left something in a restaurant or a taxi? It's a horrible feeling to know that you might have lost something, but there are good Samaritans out there, and when we manage to get our lost items back, there is no feeling quite like it, both for the person who lost something and for the good Samaritan. Now, Xiaoming's uncle, Wang Nan Shushu, loses something today, and I have to say, it's not really something you want to be losing. So let's check in with them and find out what he lost.
叔叔，今天我可真高兴，拍了这么多好照片。
可不是嘛，小明啊，等你放假，叔叔带你去周庄拍照。
那可太好了，我早想去周庄这个著名的水乡了。我对叔叔还有多少天放假，我都等不及了。
哈哈，瞧你这个急性！我平时也特别喜欢摄影，我的相机里还有几张我以前的作品呢。哎呀，小明，糟糕，我的照相机找不着了。
叔叔，您别着急，我看看在不在我这儿。我书包里只有我自己的相机啊！我记得刚才吃饭的时候还看见您的相机了呢。
对呀。哦，我好像把相机落在出租车上了。
啊，对了，我想起来了，是不是您结账的时候把相机放在旁边的座位上了？
哦，好像是。坏了。我的相机里还有这次北京研讨会的照片呢。
叔叔，您拿出租车发票了吧？
拿了，看我都急糊涂了，我得赶快给出租车公司打个电话。
是啊，没准儿出租车司机已经捡到了。
喂，东方出租车公司吗？我刚才把我的照相机落在你们公司的出租车上了，车号是5678。好的，我叫王楠，我的手机是13566667890。好的，谢谢。喂，你好，我是王楠。太好了，谢谢你们，也帮我谢谢出租车司机。
照相机找到了？
哈哈，找到了，我们赶紧打车去出租车公司取相机。
好啊，快走。
I'm glad Wang Nan Shushu had the foresight to get a receipt from his taxi driver and, of course, that he managed to get his camera back. All right, let's take a look at some of the key sentences and figure out exactly what happened. 等你放假，叔叔带你去周庄拍照。Once you're on holiday, Uncle will take you to Zhouzhuang to take photos. Now, 放假, if you all remember, means to be on holiday. 等你放假, once you're on holiday. Now, in this sentence, rather than say, I will take you to Zhouzhuang to take photos, Xiaoming's uncle refers to himself as uncle. 叔叔带你去周庄拍照. Now, this is a common way for elders in China to refer to themselves when talking to someone who's younger than they are.
叔叔，今天我可真高兴，拍了这么多好照片。
可不是嘛，小明啊，等你放假，叔叔带你去周庄拍照。
那可太好了，我早想去周庄这个著名的水乡了。我对叔叔还有多少天放假，我都等不及了。
哈哈，瞧你这个急性！我平时也特别喜欢摄影，我的相机里还有几张我以前的作品呢。
我好像把相机落在出租车上了。I think I might have left my camera in the taxi. 落 is to leave behind or forget to take. Now we see our favorite structure being used in this sentence. 把相机落在出租车上了。 I took my camera and left it behind in the taxi. 我想起来了，是不是您结账的时候把相机放在旁边座位上了？ I remember when you paid, didn't you put your camera on the seat next to you? 想起来 means to remember. 旁边 means to the side. So 旁边座位 is the seat next to you.
我书包里只有我自己的相机啊！我记得刚才吃饭的时候还看见您的相机了呢。
对呀。哦，我好像把相机落在出租车上了。
哦，对了，我想起来了，是不是您结账的时候把相机放在旁边的座位上了？
哦，好像是。坏了，我的相机里还有这次北京研讨会的照片呢。
叔叔，您拿出租车发票了吧？
看，我都急糊涂了。I'm so anxious, I've become scatterbrained. 看，我都急糊涂了。糊涂 means confused or muddled. In this context, it implies scatterbrained. Now, if you're 急 or anxious to the point of becoming 糊涂 or scatterbrained, you are 急糊涂了。我得赶快给出租车公司打个电话。I need to hurry up and call the taxi company. 赶快 is to hurry or rush, and 公司 means company, remember? So 出租车公司 means taxi company. Okay, let's take another look at our dialogue.
叔叔，您拿出租车发票了吧？
拿了，看我都急糊涂了，我得赶快给出租车公司打个电话。
是啊，没准儿出租车司机已经捡到了。
喂，东方出租车公司吗？我刚才把我的照相机落在你们公司的出租车上了，车号是5678。好的，我叫王楠，我的手机是13566667890。好的，谢谢。喂，你好，我是王楠。太好了，谢谢你们，也帮我谢谢出租车司机。
All right, let's first take a look at our vocabulary of the day. 数 count. 数摄影 photography. 摄影照相机 camera, as in photo camera. 照相机落 leave behind, forget to bring. 落 Our radical for the day is the walking radical. 走 to walk. Okay, so on its own, as a character, it looks like this. The character to walk. Now, as a radical, 走 doesn't really change all that much. And we see it used today in the 赶 of 赶紧. Okay, so let's look at that. See? Doesn't change too much. Now, 赶 means to catch up with or to hurry. And that certainly can involve walking, can't it? Okay, the component here is pronounced 赶. So in this instance, 赶 takes its pronunciation from its component. Wangnan Shushu is pretty lucky he kept his taxi receipt, and he's even luckier that he had a cell phone on him so that he could call the taxi company right away. It's funny, isn't it? Cell phones have become such a part of our daily life. It's hard to imagine life without them. Now, these days in China, people for the most part use mobile phones. People still have landlines, but it's way more common to give out your mobile phone number than your home phone number. It's more convenient, right? And get this, China has over 700 million registered mobile phone users. Can you imagine? It's not an uncommon sight to go to a restaurant and see a table of people all bent over their phones texting back and forth. And when a holiday comes around, people send out mass text messages of holiday wishes. It's become a norm. And there are jokes, news, and funny stories that also make the rounds in text messages here. So really, messaging has become an integral part of everyday life in China. So while the development of telecommunications in China happened later than in many countries, especially in developed nations, these days China's leading the way in phone technology and just sheer numbers of phone users. It's pretty mind-boggling. Okay, everyone, it's time to look at our language points of the day, and we'll start with a fun one, 糟糕. Now, this is a fabulous colloquial saying equivalent to darn, drat, or ugh. And it can stand on its own, like we see today when Wang Nan Shushu says 糟糕, or it can be used to describe a situation or thing as being bad. So I could say, 我的中文很糟糕, my Chinese is really awful.
我的钱包找不着了。
天啊，那太糟糕了！小明，太高了，我够不着，你帮帮我吧。
我去搬把椅子。
All right, moving on. 着. In today's context, 着 is used as a verb and not as a function word, indicating the continuation of an action. You can tell the difference because today it's 着 and not 这. 着 is used after a verb to indicate accomplishment of an action or some kind of result. So Wang Nan Shushu says, 我的相机找不着了. I can't find my camera. 找不着, can't find. 找着 is to find. 睡着, to be asleep. 睡不着, can't fall asleep.
我的钱包找不着了。
天啊，那太糟糕了！小明，太高了，我够不着，你帮帮我吧。
我去搬把椅子。
记得, to remember. Now please note, the de in 记得 is a neutral tone. So Xiaoming said today, 我记得刚才吃饭的时候还看见您的相机了呢. I remember seeing your camera while we were eating. Now the negative of 记得 is 不记得. Both forms can be used alone or in a sentence. For example, 你还记得她的名字吗? Do you still remember her name? 记得. Yes, I remember. Or you could say 不记得. I don't remember.
你还记得这首歌的名字吗？
不记得了。
小明，你还记得我吗？
记得啊，你是张叔叔吧？
Okay, that just about wraps up our show for the day. Now, before I say 再见, however, I want to answer a letter that was sent in to us by Leah, who lives in New York. Now, she writes, in Chinese restaurants in the States, we always get fortune cookies at the end of the meal. Do you have fortune cookies in China? And if so, what is usually written on the fortunes? Okay, I've actually been asked this question a lot by my friends. And the answer is, I have yet to see a fortune cookie at a Chinese restaurant in China. It's true. Now, I did some background checking after I received your question, Leah, and the exact origin of the fortune cookie seems to be a little bit unclear. I can say, however, that while fortune cookies are commonplace in at least Chinese restaurants in America, you don't find them here. It's interesting, isn't it? Okay, that's all we have time for today. Don't forget to visit our website and leave any questions or comments you have. Good luck with your Chinese studies, everybody. 大家加油! I shall see you all next time. 我们下次再见. Bye.